Last year, Americans spent over $900 billion eating out. They trusted these restaurants with their money, with their health, with their kids. Some of those restaurants were quietly betraying that trust, serving mislabeled food, covering up violations, and in some cases, putting people in the hospital. Food Scanner put 15 of the biggest chains through the same microscope. Health inspection records, lawsuits, ingredient sourcing, and what former employees actually say behind closed doors. 11 failed the scan, 4 scraped through, 5 passed. Let's start with the ones to walk away from. Number 11, Long John Silver's. If you're going to eat fried seafood from a chain, at least know what you're actually eating. Long John Silver's has been caught serving fish species that don't match what's on the menu. DNA testing has repeatedly flagged mislabeling at fast food seafood chains, and this one has a long track record, but the bigger problem is what's in the batter. The coating on their fish contains partially hydrogenated oils, a source of artificial trans fats. Trans fats are so dangerous that over 40 countries have banned them outright. The FDA gave U.S. companies a deadline to remove them. Long John Silver's dragged its feet. One basket of fish and fries can push 1,200 calories and nearly 2,000 milligrams of sodium before you even open a sauce packet. That's almost a full day's sodium in one sitting. Verdict: you're paying fast food prices for mystery fish coated in banned fat. Skip it. Cheap and toxic is one thing. What comes next dressed itself up as premium dining. Number 10. The Cheesecake Factory. The menu is 21 pages long. 21 pages. That is your first warning. No kitchen on earth executes 250 menu items well. When a kitchen tries to do everything, it does nothing properly. In Pennsylvania, the Cheesecake Factory faced criminal charges for forced labor and human trafficking allegations. Accused of recruiting undocumented workers and forcing them to work unpaid, without bathroom breaks, often sick. That is not a kitchen that's following food safety protocols. What's on the plate? Their pasta napoletana contains 2,310 calories. One dish. Their bistro shrimp pasta hits 3,120 calories, more than most people should eat in an entire day. These aren't accidents. This is engineering food to be addictive, not nourishing. The sodium counts are equally brutal. Several entrees clock in above 3,500 milligrams, nearly 2.5 times the recommended daily limit in a single meal. Verdict: fancy presentation, dangerous portions, criminal allegations in the kitchen, pass. At least the Cheesecake Factory doesn't mislabel its food. The next chain got caught doing exactly that. Number 9. Subway. Subway built its entire empire on the word fresh. It was the word, the brand, the promise. Then the lawsuits started chipping away at it. A 2021 study published in the Los Angeles Times found that Subway's tuna contained no detectable tuna DNA. The chain denied it and sued the paper. The lawsuit is still unresolved. But the question, what is actually in that tuna, never got a clean answer. Then there's the bread. An Irish court ruled that Subway's bread contained so much sugar it legally didn't qualify as bread under Irish food law. It qualified as a confection, a cake. That's the foundation of every sub you've ever ordered. Hidden sodium. Bomb. A foot-long Italian BMT can push 3,000 plus milligrams of sodium. Their healthy marketing has never matched the actual nutrition data. The gap between perception and reality at this chain is massive. Verdict: fresh is the slogan. Reality is a different story. Subway plays word games. The next chain plays with your health directly. Number 8. Taco Bell. Taco Bell has been linked to 2 separate salmonella outbreaks, one traced across 21 states. Green onions were identified as the contaminated ingredient both times. That alone should be enough, but it gets worse. In 2024, when the McDonald's E. coli outbreak hit contaminated onions from Taylor Farms, Taco Bell was among the chains that pulled onions as a precautionary measure. The fact that their supply chain overlapped with a recalled product supplier is not reassuring. Multiple Taco Bell locations across Ohio, Georgia, Missouri, and other states have racked up repeated health violations on inspections. Columbia, Missouri inspectors found violations at more than half of the Taco Bell locations they checked in a single sweep. What you're actually eating. Their beef mixture has historically contained oats, water, oat fiber, and soy lecithin alongside the actual meat. It was labeled seasoned beef. A 2011 class action lawsuit forced them to quietly reformulate. They claim it's fixed. Former employees on social media beg to differ. Verdict: 2 salmonella outbreaks, repeated violations, mystery meat, Put it back. At least Taco Bell is cheap. What comes next is expensive and still gets it wrong. Number 7. Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse markets itself on fresh, made-from-scratch food. Hand-cut steaks, baked bread, the real deal. Then food safety reports started painting a different picture. The Louisiana Department of Health named Texas Roadhouse one of the top chains with the most critical violations statewide. 11 total violations, 6 of them critical. Among the findings, improper sanitization after handling raw meat, food stored without timestamps, and employees eating and drinking in food preparation areas. That last one matters more than people realize. Employees eating in prep areas means contamination from hands, mouths, and surfaces. It's one of the fastest paths to spreading illness through a kitchen. The sodium problem. Their herb-crusted chicken packs 4,890 milligrams of sodium. Their Big Country breakfast hits 5,710 milligrams. That's nearly 4 times the recommended daily limit. In one breakfast. Verdict. Fresh-cut steak doesn't save you when the kitchen is failing basic sanitation. Critical violations are bad. What the next chain did to its workers is criminal. Number 6. Applebee's is the chain that promises neighborhood dining and consistently delivers disappointment. Former employees across dozens of locations have been vocal about what actually goes into the food, and none of it matches the menu descriptions. Multiple viral accounts from kitchen workers describe microwaves doing the heavy lifting on most dishes. Steaks come pre-marinated in vacuum bags. Pasta is batch-cooked and reheated. The grill marks on your chicken, often added with a branding iron after the microwave does the actual cooking. Health violations show up consistently across franchise locations. One New York location was cited for rodent activity. Florida locations have been flagged repeatedly for temperature control failures, which is how bacteria like salmonella multiply silently in food that looks and smells fine. The pricing. Insult. You're paying sit-down restaurant prices, $15 to $22 an entree, for food that was assembled from frozen components and finished in a microwave. That's fast food with tablecloths and a bill that doesn't match. Verdict. Neighborhood bar and grill is the branding. Reheated frozen assembly line is the reality. Applebee's at least admits it's casual. The next chain pretends to be something it isn't. First time on Food Scanner? Hit subscribe. Every week we read the label so you don't have to. Now back to the list. Number 5, Panera Bread. Panera built a brand on the words clean, fresh, and wholesome. It ran a campaign called You Pick Two and positioned itself as the thinking person's fast food. Then the lawsuits started. In 2023, a customer died after drinking a Panera-charged lemonade. The large size contained 390 milligrams of caffeine, more than 3 Red Bulls, but it wasn't clearly marked as a high caffeine product. Multiple hospitalizations followed. Panera settled the remainder of the lawsuits in 2025. Their Clean Food campaign promised no artificial additives. Investigations found hidden sugars, caramel coloring, and preservatives still throughout the menu. Their Asian sesame salad contained 31 grams of sugar, more than a can of Coke. Their Frontega chicken panini packs 1,360 milligrams of sodium. The kitchen reality. Former managers have confirmed on record that soups arrive in plastic bags and get microwaved before being poured into containers. Mac and cheese, frozen and reheated. Those artisan sandwiches, pre-sliced bulk deli meat. You're paying $13 for fast food with better lighting. Verdict. A customer died. The food is processed. The clean label is marketing. Scan and walk away. Panera hides things on the menu. The next chain hides things in the supply chain. Number 4, Longhorn Steakhouse. Longhorn Steakhouse promises fire-grilled steaks and a premium experience. What health inspectors have found across multiple locations tells a very different story. Cockroaches. That's the consistent theme. Multiple Longhorn locations have been cited for cockroach activity, inside kitchen equipment, food prep areas, and in at least one documented case, a customer reported finding a cockroach in their food at the table. That is not a location-specific incident. That is a pattern. Louisiana inspectors repeatedly flagged Longhorn as one of the chains with the most critical violations in the state. The violations aren't minor paperwork failures. They're sanitation breakdowns that directly put food safety at risk. The steak reality. Many cuts arrive vacuum-sealed and pre-marinated. The fire-grilled branding suggests a craftsmanship that isn't happening. You're paying steakhouse prices, $25 to $40 an entree, for a kitchen with a cockroach problem and pre-packaged meat. Verdict. You don't want to share your steak with whatever else is living in that kitchen. At least Longhorn's problem is bugs. The next chain's problem is bacteria, and it made national news. Number 3, Chipotle. Chipotle built its brand on 2 words, food with integrity. Then between 2015 and 2018, it became the chain synonymous with food poisoning. E. coli outbreaks sickened dozens across multiple states. A norovirus outbreak at a Boston location hit 140 people in a single incident, including Boston college students who were hospitalized. A salmonella outbreak linked to contaminated tomatoes swept through Minnesota locations. The CDC investigated multiple times. Chipotle's stock collapsed. The company spent years rebuilding trust. Then in 2024 and 2025, rodent droppings were found at a Pensacola, Florida location, triggering a temporary closure. A Chipotle in Ocala was shut down for live cockroach activity. Florida locations in particular have shown a pattern of recurring violations. The consistency problem. Even on a good day, Chipotle is wildly inconsistent location to location. Rice sits in warmers for hours and turns crusty. Chicken arrives overcooked. Guacamole browns by mid-afternoon. Beans come from industrial cans, and a loaded burrito bowl can quietly push 2,500 milligrams of sodium. For $15, that's cafeteria-quality food with a food poisoning track record attached to it. Verdict. The outbreaks happened. The cockroaches are documented. The integrity is missing. Chipotle's problems are visible. The next chain's problems started killing people before anyone noticed. Number 2, McDonald's. McDonald's is the largest restaurant chain on Earth. 40,000 locations, billions served. And in the fall of 2024, it made headlines for all the wrong reasons. An E. coli 0157:H7 outbreak linked to contaminated slivered onions on quarter pounders sickened 104 people across 14 states. 34 people were hospitalized. 4 developed hemolytic uremic syndrome, a serious condition that can cause permanent kidney failure. 1 person died. Dozens of lawsuits followed. McDonald's spent $100 million on marketing trying to win customers back. The outbreak knocked 10% off customer traffic nationwide. In Colorado, where most cases were concentrated, traffic dropped 33%. Their Q4 2024 performance was the weakest since the start of COVID. The bigger pattern. This wasn't a one-off accident. McDonald's has the largest and most complex supply chain in the restaurant industry. That complexity creates risk at every junction. Their food is engineered in labs for maximum craving, not maximum nutrition. A Big Mac meal routinely pushes 1,100 calories and 1,500 milligrams of sodium before you upsize anything. And the ultra-processing never stops. Their food contains TBHQ, a preservative derived from petroleum byproducts, in multiple products. Their ice cream contains artificial colors, caramel coloring, and trans fats in some markets. Verdict: 104 sick, 34 hospitalized, 1 dead. The supply chain is broken, and the food was never clean. McDonald's had 1 outbreak. The number 1 chain on this list has been racking them up for decades. Number 1, Olive Garden. Olive Garden is America's most visited casual dining chain, and it may be the most consistently problematic one on this list. In 2013, a cyclospora parasite outbreak linked to Olive Garden salads spread across Iowa and Nebraska, affecting hundreds of people. The parasite causes severe intestinal illness, diarrhea, cramps, fatigue, that can last weeks. Before that, an E. coli outbreak. The violations didn't stop there. In 2023, a Michigan man bit into his minestrone soup and found what appeared to be a rat's paw. He vomited at the table and ended up in the emergency room. He sued for $25,000. A former 10-year Olive Garden employee went viral, exposing what she'd witnessed: canned mystery chicken, microwave reheated vegetables and meats, and slug problems inside soda machines. The sodium verdict. Their chicken tortellini Alfredo contains 3,720 milligrams of sodium in a single serving. Their tour of Italy, the signature dish, clocks in at 3,830 milligrams. Registered dietitians have publicly called these levels outright dangerous. Eating here regularly is a direct cardiovascular risk. Olive Garden isn't Italian food. It isn't even close. It's an assembly line with marinara sauce and unlimited breadsticks designed to keep you coming back, not to keep you healthy. Verdict: parasites, a rat in the soup, slug-infested machines, sodium levels cardiologists warn about. This is the #1 restaurant to avoid. We ran the same criteria across dozens of other chains. 5 passed, not because they're perfect, but because they're honest about what they are, and they actually deliver on that promise. Number 5, Shake Shack. Shake Shack uses 100% all-natural Angus beef with no hormones and no antibiotics ever. The produce is fresh and visible. You can see the quality before you order. Their kitchen operates a short, focused menu, which is the single best predictor of food quality in a chain restaurant. Their food safety record is clean. No major outbreaks, no bacterial contamination headlines. The pricing is higher. A Shack burger meal runs $13 to $16. But you're getting real ingredients for that money, not frozen components dressed up on a plate. They also make their own custard fresh daily. No batch manufactured frozen desserts. What you see is what you actually get. Verdict: premium price, premium ingredients, honest kitchen, worth it. Shake Shack is premium. This next one is proof that quality doesn't have to cost more. Number 4, In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out has operated since 1948 and has never franchised. Every location is company-owned. That single decision is why the quality has never collapsed. There's no franchisee cutting corners to boost their personal margin. The beef is 100% USDA, fresh ground chuck. No freezers, no additives, no fillers. Fries are cut from whole potatoes right in front of you and cooked in 100% sunflower oil. The menu fits on one page, and a double-double meal runs about $10, while comparable quality elsewhere costs $15 to $20. No major outbreaks, no viral kitchen exposés, no lawsuits over hidden ingredients. Just a very simple operation done exceptionally well for 75 years. Verdict: fresh beef, fresh fries, no freezers, no franchise chaos, the gold standard. In-N-Out is regional. This next one is nationwide and equally honest. Number 3, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A hand-breads every chicken breast in each individual restaurant daily. No pre-breaded frozen patties arriving from a factory. The chicken is real breast meat. No fillers, no artificial preservatives. Raised without antibiotics, important to human medicine. Fresh produce arrives multiple times per week. Salads are prepared throughout the day, rather than sitting in a bag. The lemonade is made fresh daily, with 3 ingredients: lemon juice, cane sugar, and water. Their kitchens consistently score well on health inspections because the chain invests in staff training above the industry average. It's not perfect. Their sandwich still contains TBHQ in the breading, and sodium runs high across many items. But compared to chains serving frozen, reheated, mislabeled food, Chick-fil-A is in a different category. Verdict: hand-breaded daily, clean kitchen record, fresh produce. One of the better options available. Chick-fil-A handles chicken. This next one handles burgers with the same discipline. Number 2, Five Guys. Five Guys has a rule that is almost unheard of in fast food. No freezers, just coolers. Every burger is made from fresh beef, every single day. Fries are cut from whole potatoes on site. The menu is intentionally small. Burgers and fries, that's the focus. And because the kitchen does 2 things instead of 200, they do those 2 things better than almost anyone else in fast food. No heat lamps, no frozen patties, no batch cooking. Every order is cooked specifically for you. The fries come in portions so generous, 1 order is enough for 2 people. Pricing runs $12 to $15, but you're eating food that was made minutes ago from real ingredients. Verdict: no freezers, fresh beef, made to order, consistent quality across every location. Five Guys does burgers right. Number 1 on the safe list does something different and does it better than anyone. Number 1, local and independent restaurants. This isn't a cop-out. This is the data. Independent restaurants avoid the system failures you just watched for 15 chains in a row. No frozen supply chains controlled by a corporate office. No 250-item menus that no kitchen can execute properly. No franchise owner cutting corners to maximize their personal take. The owner is usually in the kitchen or on the floor. The menu is small because everything is cooked from scratch. Recipes are handmade traditions. When the food is bad, they lose everything, so they can't afford to be careless. Service feels different because there's accountability. Staff know regulars by name. The restaurant's reputation is its entire livelihood. and the pricing is often lower, while the quality is significantly higher. The simple rule: find a place that's been open 20 or more years with a packed parking lot at lunchtime. That's where you eat. Those aren't restaurants that survived by accident. They survived because the food is actually good. Verdict: no corporate shortcuts, no frozen supply chain, real people cooking real food. This is always the best option. You just ran the scanner across 20 restaurants. 15 failed. The ones that passed weren't the ones with the biggest marketing budgets or the fanciest menus. They were the ones that kept it simple. Fresh ingredients, small menus, honest kitchens. That's the pattern. Every time. Next video, Food Scanner goes aisle by aisle through the grocery store and shows you exactly which brands to scan and which ones to put back on the shelf. Subscribe so you don't miss it.